Okay. So I'm so glad that you reached out because you brought up a lot that needs to be addressed that I sometimes forget to address, and you guys are my voice, and I have like this. I've got one kid napping, this kid is not napping, this post is about my kids not napping, and I remember that I need to focus on you, and I just forget. Like, that is just a fault. I just forget sometimes. I have all these things that I want to do, but if you're not vocal about it, then I just lose track of things. So I really, really appreciate that. You're not bugging me. Like, that's your job. As a new distributor, that's your job, is to come to me when you feel like you need something. So thank you for doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to start. And I'm not, for those of you that are watching who can't be on with us live, it's not all going to be exactly what you want to hear, but I hope at the end of it, you'll find that it was helpful. I'm not feeling as saucy now that I wrote that post for Facebook. I was just getting to be in a bad mood, not because of you, but because my 3-year-old was throwing a fit. She woke the baby up. Anyway, here we are, and I'm better. I just needed to write that down and get that out. So that's one thing that I hope I can be an example about that I haven't always done, but I hope that when you're reading my posts and reading the prayers that I'm posting in the group, I hope that you're seeing what an outlet writing can be. And even if you don't want to write in a journal every day, for me, my posts on Facebook and Instagram are very therapeutic for me because they're about my life. And I want you guys to start thinking about this way. As big as this world is, and as overwhelming as technology can be, all we're doing as moms is trying to connect with other people and trying to make this, trying to make our world smaller, trying to find friends in this, trying to build connections in this. So I write these posts because I know that if I'm feeling it, even as isolating as it can be, I know someone else out there is feeling it. So the first thing that I want you guys it's fresh on my mind because I'm in the middle of kind of starting this myself, is just start writing things down. Start writing down. If you haven't written your why yet, you need to start writing it down. It doesn't have to be a big, long story, although I think it's a good idea to write your story down. But, Kelsey, you were just sharing with me your home life and your kids and why you stayed home. Start writing that down. Start sharing that with people because that's what people are going to relate to, because there's another mama out there that's doing the exact same thing you are, and she needs to hear about it from you.
Absolutely.
So you said, I'm just going to read your message so I can get every single thing, and I will go through what everyone else has said. Mm-hmm. I'm by no means giving up, but I haven't had but 2 people even be interested in talking to me about these products. So when you say that you've only had 2 people interested, have they approached you, or are these people that you've messaged?
Those are people that I've messaged, and I've only messaged a handful.
Okay.
Mainly because I wanted to see, those were people closer to me, so
Sure.
I wanted to see what their reaction would be like first.
And that is perfect. Ashley Sinclair is she's probably my favorite leader to follow, and she says, when you're thinking about getting those first 4 loyal customers, I want you to think of the 4 people you would call if you got the best news in the world. And those are the first 4 people that you need to message. And so if those are the people that you're coming to first, I think that's perfect. Mm-hmm. But the reason we make a 100s list is because sometimes it takes 100 to get those 4.
Yes.
Okay. And that can be discouraging when you think, oh, my mom and my sisters, there are 4 people between them, and they're going to be so excited to support me on this journey. And then they're like, well, it's not really my thing. I'm not really interested in it. And you're like, but you're my people. Like you were my 4. Like you were my first goal, and then they're gone. They're just not there. That is hard sometimes, but we think about this not because we think we're going to be ambassador next month, but because we're going to work at this for the next few years to make mind-blowing money that we never would have made in our entire lives. or maybe even because within the next year, this will pay for bills that right now we have a change jar for, you know? So, so if you can get out of the mindset of I've messaged a few people and only 2 of them responded, you're going to be ahead of the game right off the bat. It's really, okay, I need some encouragement. I don't want to feel like I'm pestering people. You're not. You're not pestering people. You are building a legacy for those babies. And when I was a nurse, and I was so excited that I got my job in the NICU before I even had kids, you better believe that I called everyone and told them about it. And I didn't, and that's all I talked about. Like, she's not going to see this, so I'm perfectly comfortable saying this. One of my sisters, all she talks about is work and working out. She's not married, she doesn't have kids. She talks about working at the bank and going to the gym. Yeah. And my other sister and I are like, hey, $5 says within 5 minutes she says something about work or working out. But you know what? That's her life. That's what she loves. She's proud of herself, and it's my job. I don't have to go to the gym with her, but it's my job to support her. And if we did make fun of her, do you think she would stop going to the gym? No. No. It's something to better her life. And so when you're talking about It Works and you're sharing these products with someone else, I know it feels like it's about you at first because you want to make your money back, because you want to start building a team and start paying bills, but really put the focus on someone else. Start thinking about how this can change someone else's life. Start sharing the products, not because you want to make a commission check, but because you truly think that they're going to help them. Mm-hmm. And it will change. It will change your mindset. It will change why you do this business. Now, sometimes that brings more frustration because you're like, oh my gosh, you're so stressed out all the time. I know you would love this Confianza. Why will you not try it? And some people just won't. So when your heart gets more into it because you want to help them, sometimes that doesn't help with the frustrating part, but it does help you keep going because you know that there are more people that need what we have, because it's more than just the wraps, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So you're not pestering people. You're building a business, and you're a business owner. And when your electric bill comes in the mail and you try to pay that bill with the opinions of those people, you're going to fall short. Yes. So you just have to do it. Yeah. And some people may out and out make fun of you on Facebook and tell you that they can't wait to quit their job and stay home with their dogs, because that actually happened to me. They were like, oh, I can't wait to be a rap girl so I can stay home with my dogs. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Actually, I wasn't like, yeah, whatever. I actually cried and I went to my mom's house and I was like, these girls are being mean to me. That was 3 years ago. It happens. If you know it up front, it's a lot easier to deal with. So
yes,
you are doing something that is helping you and is helping your family, and I don't care what anybody else says about that, because I'm proud of you and you should be proud of you too.
Thank you.
Okay. When you said, but then again, I want them to know I'm not giving up on them, are you talking about following up with people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. After they've said, well, I don't really have the money right now, I feel like I want to go back and say, hey, we talked about this. I know you didn't have the money, but this is what I think you really need, but I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to, sorry. I don't want to feel like I'm pestering them for some reason, they're like, I've already told you I didn't have the money. It's hard. I think I struggle within myself because of it, though.
I will tell you that following up is probably one of the hardest parts of this business, and it's what people forget to do the most.
Yeah.
It takes a person on average 21 times of seeing something before they're ready.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how long you watched someone's posts or how long you watched my posts, but you probably saw more than 21 posts, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know you and I didn't talk a really long time before you were ready to sign up, but I think you can go back to our personal message and see how often I followed up with you.
Absolutely.
And I try to do it once a week. And when someone says, I don't have the money, I get that. What I tell them is, you know what? I didn't have the money either. But what I did have was late bills that weren't going anywhere. And if I kept doing what I was doing, I was never going to get the money.
Yeah.
Like, I was never going to have extra money. And so I thought, my bills are late. Are they going to be paid on time next month if I don't do this? No. Are they going to be paid on time if I do this? Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe. And so it didn't hurt me at all to let my bills be paid a little bit later. And I used that bill money to sign up. So that's the number one reason that people are going to give you. If it's someone that is wanting to try a product and they say, I just don't have the money, that's your chance to say, would you want to learn about making money from home?
Yeah.
And then they can say something like, I mean, this is a whole nother topic, but they can say things like, I'm not a good salesperson. Well, good. Neither am I. Like, I just am a mom who wanted to be home with my kids, and I didn't want my house to go into foreclosure. So I just found these products that I really loved that helped me. And I thought if they helped me, they probably could help some other moms out there. Like, I'm not sold a thing in my life. I just had good results and wanted to tell somebody about them, you know? But you have to follow up. And following up doesn't even have to be, hey, are you ready to order yet? Do you have the money now? It's Friday. I know you got paid. But it does need to be on Thursday night, something like, hey, I hope you had a good week. I just wanted to check in on you. Or maybe a few more days have passed and you can say, you know, I was just sitting down at my computer and I'm putting a couple of orders in. Did you want me to help you get yours in too? And, you know, the worst thing they can say is, I still don't have the money. Yeah. And you can say, aren't you sick of saying that? Like, aren't you sick of saying that you don't have the money? Because I sure was. And then that conversation can go from there. But you're not pestering them. Again, I just had this conversation with my husband because he's a business owner too. He owns a lawn care company. And he's having trouble. He just left one business and started another business here in our small hometown. And he's like, gosh, like, these are my friends. Why aren't they paying me? Like, their invoices are 17 days out. And I'm like, well, have you asked them to pay you? And he's like, well, I sent them an invoice. I'm like, yeah, but did you remind them? And he's like, no, I don't want them to, you know, think that I'm like begging for money. And I'm like, it's your responsibility as a business owner to remind them to pay their damn bill. Like, you know, like you are in like one of the only businesses I can think of outside of healthcare where you've provided a service before payment is required. Anybody else, when you go to the store, you have to pay to get your stuff, you know? So I said, you're being an irresponsible business owner if you're not reminding them that their invoice is 14 days out or 16 days out or whatever it is. And I will say the same thing to all of you. It's irresponsible as a business owner not to follow up with people because you're just throwing leads away. Because somebody else is going to sign up and somebody else is going to message them. And Kelsey, I think you had this very same thing happen. Someone else is going to message them and say, hey, were you interested in this? And they're going to say, I kind of was. And this girl talked to me and I told her I didn't have the money. And then I just never heard from her again.
Yeah.
You know? You have to follow up. It is your responsibility to follow up. You're not pestering them. They have the option to say no. I mean, you're sharing something with them, and it's up to them to say yes or no. But no just means not right now. So you need to continue to keep that contact open.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. You have gotten amazing results, but you're not ready to share on social media. Would you be open to making a post saying, holy wow, you guys, I cannot even believe what I saw in my mirror today. I just cannot even believe it. And the people that like or comment on that post, would you be okay privately messaging them and sharing your results with them?
Yeah.
Sorry. Because your personal testimony is what's going to build this business.
And that's what I feel.
Yes, absolutely. So if you don't have to show them on social media. I did a defining gel challenge on my butt, and I didn't want to put that picture on social media. But I did say, if you want to see it, I'd be happy to message you. And then that is very effective. They want to see that you are a product of the product, and that doesn't mean that you have to post your own pictures everywhere. But I would push myself to be open to having a conversation with someone about it. Okay. Even in your follow-ups, you can go to those follow-ups and say, you don't have to say anything about money. You can say, this is what I did, actually, with my defining gel challenge. I messaged, I don't know how many people, and I said, and there were people I needed to follow up with anyway, people that had been sitting there for months not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
And I messaged them, and I said, oh my gosh, I have amazing results pictures, but they're on my booty, and I'm not putting that on my personal Facebook page, but I have to show someone. And everybody was like, yeah, let me see. I want to see. And so I sent it, and I was like, I did defining gel on one side for 1 week. And then they were all like, are you kidding me? And, you can do the same thing. You can say, you can message people, and you can say, I don't want to put these pictures on social media, but I have to show someone. Can I just get your opinion? Or can you just tell me if you see the difference? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that will help you. That will build some leads for you. Hold on.
I think I'm going to try that. That sounds like a really good idea.
Oh, good. My computer almost died. And my kid's trying to eat screws. Hang on a second.
I had no idea. I saw her walking alone, and I said she wasn't coming.
Relax, kid.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
All right. So now we get into Kristen's message. I have noticed when other girls I have on my page that sell it too post stuff, no one even likes the post, and that's how it is for me too. Okay, probably Kristen and anyone else who has encountered this thing is how do I want to say this? I don't know whether to call it generic, but if you are not making a truly thoughtful post and you're copying something that another distributor has posted word for word, or okay, so let's just talk about the Facebook algorithm for a minute. Facebook doesn't want you building a business on a free profile when you could be paying to have a business page.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cheap. I'm not going to pay to have a business page. It's why I built a lot of my business on Instagram, because it was free. You can be thoughtful and genuine and build a business on your personal profile, and that's totally fine. But Facebook is not a human, but Facebook needs to not be able to tell that's what you're doing. So when you use words like it works and rap and that crazy rap thing and results and the price of like $4 for $59, $8 for $59 when we had the BOGO event, things like that, Facebook will hide your post. And on average, about 16% of your friends see your post anyway. And if Facebook is hiding it, then like even fewer are seeing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to, I try to be a good example of this. It's hard when you don't have personal results or you've not used the products yet, but this is why, I don't know if you guys, I made voice messages in this group about the feel, felt, found, and past, present, and future posts. When you really talk about yourself in this business, what you want out of it, it changes the way that you post. And so very rarely will you see, now some other leaders will post in that other way. Some other top leaders even who have lots of followers and the algorithm doesn't affect them as much because they just are not affected by it. I am. And if I throw a belly before and after picture up there and I say, like, hey, check out these results, I'm so excited, hit me up or whatever, that post is not going to be seen. So what I try to do is I try to say, like, you know what, I didn't have any money, but I saw how excited my sisters were about these wraps, and I knew if I didn't sign up, they were going to buy them from someone else. And I, again, didn't have any money, and I couldn't afford to go buy new clothes, and my jeans didn't fit. So I thought, I might as well, like, if I'm going to get the kit and try to make money, I might as well try the wrap on myself. Mm-hmm. And I got great results. If I talk about it in that way, it's going to be way more effective. So when you're posting on your timeline, you need to be posting like you're talking to your best friend. Like, Kelsey, I don't know what's going on in your life, but I've got something that I think is really awesome. And I didn't even understand how much it was going to impact my life, but I'd just like to share a little part of it with you. Do you see how that feels different than, hey, I've got these awesome wraps, come buy them from me. And then you're like, oh, nobody liked my post. Well, that's why, Yeah. So you've got to be thoughtful. You've got to be thoughtful when you're posting and start trying to post on your own timeline like you're talking to one person.
Okay.
And not all of your friends on Facebook. Kristen says, I've even tried with giving a free wrap when they sign up. Yeah. Okay. Now you're starting to look desperate. Selling them for $20 a piece. You have Reagan Joe. Yeah, that's not good. No. Hey, would you like to play? I have something about it's supposed to play this better.
Hi, are you awake? Oh, come on. Come on.
So, you have something that's really, really awesome. And when you start trying to give it away, you take away its value. When you start to try and give things away, people think, oh, it's not working for her.
Yeah.
So even if you don't feel like it's working, doing that is hurting you more. So what you've got to do is, what I told myself when I first started promoting was, I was like, I have to get in an ambassador frame of mind. Like, how would an ambassador post about this? She'd be really excited, and she would be really confident, even if I didn't feel super confident, because what I want you to know is I've been where you all are. I've been where I'm like, okay, nobody's coming to me for this stuff. Like, what do I need to do? I've been where you are thinking, gosh, I just need 2 more customers. Like, I'll give you whatever you want. I've got an extra bottle of Fat Fighters. I will give it to you for free if you will just sign up. I've been there. And so I'm speaking from experience when I tell you that it just hurts you when you do that. And Kristen, I'm trying to get like face-to-face with Kristen because she does not live very far from me. And so I still would love to talk to you about this face-to-face. But yeah, so don't do that. Don't sell yourself short. You've got a really, really awesome thing. Just be more confident. Talk to more people. Message more people. You've messaged all your friends. Okay, go find new friends. Start adding some new friends, you know. Whatever you can do to talk to people, you've got to be excited and be confident. Even if it's not really what you're feeling, you've got to find whatever it is that can make you portray that. And Jennifer said, worrying about people not seeing their results, not being ready to put them on Facebook. And so I addressed that, like making a teaser post, like being excited and then just messaging people. Pumped after and not worried about annoying people. I think that may have been, I'm not for sure. I think it may have been a video that I did when I said you have to have like that excited feeling like you just had some caffeine, but also the mindset like you had a little bit of wine and you're kind of goofy and you don't care what anybody else thinks. You know, like that frees me up to say like what's on my mind when normally I would be like, ooh, I don't know, that's probably going to upset someone or they're probably going to think I'm crazy. If I just get that mindset, like, and I normally get that way after I have my tea in the morning because I have a little bit of a caffeine buzz. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm just going to pretend like I had a little wine and I'm like saying not off the wall things, but just a little looser lipped than I, normally would have been.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Kristen says she's not seeing great rap results. Well, okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Not great rap results. Okay, here I'll post the rap instructions that I normally send people. I'll post them in this chat. Reading. Oh. I'll post them in this chat. But basically, you put the wrap on. Leave it on for, you want this? 45 minutes up to 8 hours. 45 minutes is the minimum. You can leave it on longer if you want. I normally don't time it. I just put it on, like clean my house. Well, I mean, I don't clean my house. Well, let's not be silly. Because if my husband heard that, he'd be like, Jen, when's the last time you cleaned anything in this house? But I put it on. I take care of the kids. We run errands, whatever. I leave it on for a couple hours and take it off. You said you had slept in yours. So you put it on, drink a lot of water, and take it off, rub all the extra lotion in, wait a few hours before you shower. Keep drinking lots of water for the next few days because it's progressive. The results work progressively. Reagan? You're going to get brown. Nope. Okay. Let's
That's not nice.
That's basically it. Taking before and after pictures is super important because if you're just looking in the mirror, you're probably not going to see results. Even sometimes just going by a tape measure, you're not going to see results. So pictures are super important. And to take those pictures with those consecutive days also. And again, I'll do that now. Otherwise I'll forget.
While I have you here, I was asked the question if you can wrap more than one area at a time.
Good question. You're going to get best results if you focus on one area at a time. Mm-hmm. Now, my rule of thumb is you could do 2 small areas together, like your chin and your arms, or you could do your arms and your legs. But I wouldn't do like belly and legs. You know what I mean? So 2 smaller areas is probably okay. But I like to focus on
think,
one area at a time.
okay.
I think your body, you're going to get better results if your body can just focus on that one area.
Yes.
Okay, so I just sent those wrap instructions that I normally send.
Thank you. That's the puppies.
Okay, and then, okay,
Get that
and your results are so awesome. And then, Kristen just sent a picture and she said, what is this all about? It's probably, this looks like the system, and as a loyal customer, you save $98 on it. That's what that looks like, which she's not watching this Zoom, so I probably can just put that in that chat. Okay. So, I think I've addressed everything. Reagan Joe Burklow. No.
There's more things.
You know what I'm going to do?
Grace, don't get into stuff. Come over here.
Right here. So, okay, I'm really sorry about this, you guys. This is just my life, and this is how anything ever goes. I think I've answered all those questions that were in that chat, but there are things that I did want to address with you guys, so I'm glad that you asked. The biggest things are making sure that you aren't just copying and pasting a post from someone, but that you're really thinking about like why you started this business, why you want to use these products, what results you've gotten with these products, that kind of thing. So, Kelsey, since you're the only one on here, did you have any other questions?
No, I think you answered them all.
Okay, good. Well, I will get this converted to YouTube, and I'll put the link in that chat. And please don't ever hesitate to ask any other questions if you have them. Okay? All right.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Sorry, I was having a call.
You're fine. All right.
Well, all right. Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon.